Hi, my name is Joey, and this is my channel, Phoenix, #risingfromtheashes. This is my this is my vlog about my life dealing with anxiety and depression and quite a lot of executive dysfunction. And I'm saying that like I'm introducing it on the radio and it's a wonderful thing. It's not. It's not fun at all. But I'm here to talk about my life because that's what I do on my channel. I just kind of go over what's been going on with me and how it relates to my mental illness, which everything seems to do. And you know what? That's going to bring me to the very thing that I want to talk about today. And that is, there's recently been a development in our lives that confirms something that we always knew, but to have it diagnosed by a professional is both very frightening to embark on and also kind of liberating when it comes to light. So I'm just going to explain it, and I might digress a lot, but bear with me. When I started this channel, I intended it to be to talk about myself and maybe a little bit about my partner, but mainly about myself because I'm the one doing the talking. So I really didn't feel like I had the right to drag anybody else's life into my, little world in my head that I'm bringing out to the internet for some reason. I didn't feel like I had the right to do that, and particularly about my daughter. Very early on, filming these videos, which most of them are not available at the moment I'm recording this, but they're up there. They're just set to private mode, and you can't see them. So, but she's in some of them. In the beginning of the videos, she was in some of them. She didn't really play a part in talking about mental health, but she was there when we were doing fun things, like things that we should also do for our mental health, like relaxing and having leisure time and not worrying about everything and anything 24/7. So, we did used to do stuff like that, I think, some point. And sometimes my daughter would be along with us. But she didn't really like being on the camera. And one day I asked her, I'm like, would you prefer that I don't put you on the camera at all? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, no problem. And it's not a problem. I don't have any problem at all not having her on the camera. But I also thought to myself at that time, well, I'm not going to put her problems on the camera either. It's the same thing that I thought of when I started this. This is your channel. This is your drama. You act in it. Do not bring other people in it. And I was good with that. However, life, as we are all intertwined with each other, gets complicated. And sometimes the problems that other people have become our problems. And that's never like an easy thing to deal with. And it's a confusing thing to deal with when you are trying to talk about things in this manner, and you can't really say too much because you don't want to say too much. You don't want to invade the other person's privacy or right to, I don't know, was it anonymity? I don't know what the right word would be, but their right to not exist online, basically. And I always respect that in my kid, and I always try to keep that in mind. And my nose itches really bad, and you got to hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm better for that. Anyway, I respect my kids' right to not have her life on the internet. I think it's really like weird that people do that to their kids. Um, I mean, I guess some people have made success out of it, but at whose expense? I mean, what about the kids and all the money that the parents are making that they're squandering and not giving to the kids? Well, I'm not making any money from this, so that part of it doesn't matter. But what does matter is the information I put about my kid online is available then to everybody, which means everybody is going to know these details about her that they otherwise wouldn't know. So here we are right now, Christmas 2022, and I'm faced with the problem of either talking about this issue with everybody and revealing that information, or wrapping up this channel altogether and not doing this anymore. Because I've realized that there are some things that factor into my own makeup, my own chemistry, that I can't put aside and like sit here and talk to you guys about how messy my house is or something. I mean, I could, but that's not really getting to the heart of the issue. And the heart of the issue is the emotional issues that that bother you, or me mainly, not you, me, that bother me on the daily, and that they never go away, and they just consume my mind. And so that's why I talk to the camera, because I'm trying to clear all that out. And I can't clear all that out without talking about this thing with my kid. So, there's not a whole lot of wide scope with this channel right now. I think we've got like 9 viewers, and I don't think they actually view it. I think maybe one of them does, but other than that, I don't think they actually view it, because when I look at the statistics on on YouTube, it's just like, well, no one, it seems like no one watches the whole thing the whole way through. And I think like the most hits that we got were from like someplace in Africa and Iran or something like that. I don't know. Like, and then the United States was there. And I was like, what? And so I concluded that that's robots that are watching it or clicking on it or giving it views or whatever. I don't know. I don't think I don't think that's real. But it is what it is, and I don't really understand the statistics and analytics too well. So, and most of them for my channel are not. There's not enough of it to be measured, so it's a little confusing to me at this point. But my point that I'm trying to make is that the channel does not have a lot of viewers, and so I'm going to put this out here at this time. I obviously don't have a problem with taking things away at a later time, so it might go away, but right now it's up. And anyone who's watching, I would invite you, like, to actually give me your opinion on this. Not, I'm not afraid of it. I really want to know what you think I should do, as far as, should I talk about this issue, or should I not continue this, because I don't know how to continue it like on a superficial level, in which it would feel like to me on a superficial level. So please comment and give me your opinion if you'd like, and I'll take it. I mean, I don't know if I'll follow it, but I'll take it certainly, and listen to it. Well, so without further delay, my daughter's been diagnosed with ADHD, and also no, not obsessive. Like this disorder where the child is deliberately disobedient. And I can't think of the word for it right now. It has like a name, but the kid hit all the points for both of these conditions, and Obviously, the ADHD is quite a bit more serious than the other one. The other one is not treated with medication, it's treated with therapy. ADHD is a lifelong thing that you have to deal with that, you don't ever get a break from. So that leaves me with, like I said before, I am a little liberated by this because now I know like what is going on with her. I know it's not necessarily the fault of anybody in her family or her environment, but those things obviously need help if she struggles. However, struggling is going to be part of her life, unfortunately. And that's hard for me to say. It's liberating to know that. It changes my perspective a little bit. Just a little bit, because I already knew this probably was what was going on. Her dad has it, like as a child. Had it, I should say, but still has it. And but it was called something different then. Things were called different things then. I never really got like a concrete diagnosis on what my partner goes through, what is, I don't want to say wrong, but what is happening in her mind. But I, knowing how well I know her and what I know of her past, I'm like pretty sure that that's what it was, ADHD, and what it is, ADHD. So we knew our kid was going to have some sort of something before she was born because of who her parents are. I didn't really think that we were going to get away without having that. But before you know it, for some reason, before you know it from a trained professional, and it's like official, your mind kind of tries to justify and wiggle around and figure out how it's not really that. It's not really that. It's something else. It's just something. It's something we're doing. But it is what it is. And does it affect, getting back to what the point of the channel is, my mental health? Does it affect my mental health? Yes. Yes. Absolute yes. I don't want to say it makes you feel like you failed anything, because things like this are not in the control of people. You're born that way. I think you're born that way. You're neurodivergent, and as opposed to neurotypical. And that's how people are. And that's okay. But man, some of these things like that you deal with, especially with a little child as well, with these conditions, is just horrendous and is just so hard to live with. And you think to yourself, how does anybody ever get anywhere dealing with these conditions? At least that's what I think. How does anybody ever get anywhere? Because I can never seem to get anywhere. I'm just always stagnant, and I'm always in the same place. And doing this, speaking to you and putting it online is my one thing, that I consider that I do. Everything else is just kind of keeping the Band-Aid on like life. Like it's just sort of taped together, and we just barely hold on. And by that I mean like the condition of the house, the condition of my mental stability, which is not always great, mostly not great. And like I'm always juggling all of that. And it doesn't get any better. And now I have a little child who I know is going to deal with these things the rest of her life. And I have to figure out how to not just rein myself in and manage myself, but how to teach her to manage herself. And I'm not saying there's somebody else better for the job, but I am saying that's an enormous job. It's an enormous job. Thank goodness I have a co-parent who sees just as much as I do the need for us as her parents to maintain ourselves, and by that I mean checking ourselves and checking in with each other and not being nasty and mean to each other just because we're having a bad time at that moment. And I'll be honest, that's something we work on a lot because we have a problem with that. Both of us do. And we work on it a lot. But when you are, trying to go against, I guess, biology or chemistry, it's hard. It's hard to break out of habits like that. And when you see it in your little child and she's like talking to you in such a way that is just monstrous, like how how can you talk to anybody that way, let alone me? I'm just here. I just want you to put your pants on for school. Just that's it. I don't want to do this. Don't insult me, please. I'm very sensitive, but I can't say all that. So, you just have to be patient and put them on one leg at a time, and that's how you have to do it. And if you have to fight the whole way along, I guess that's just what life is. And that's kind of where I'm at. But, I mean, you don't want life to be that way. That's awful. I fight with that child for everything. Like everything she does, everything, or I should say doesn't do, I have to tell her. I don't even know how many times until it gets done. I have to say it over and over and over again. And it's like the capacity she has for being obstinate is just amazing to me. I don't know how somebody is like that. But she is and will be nasty about it and scream at the top of her lungs, murder scream. And I swear she does it sometimes just to get her dad and I to fight. Her mom and I. It's complicated with my partner and her transsexuality, or not transsexuality, transgenderality. Is that a word? I don't know. Her transgenderness is confusing to me a little bit. And I know when I bring it out to the audience here, you guys are probably just like, "What? I thought you were with a dude. He's got a beard." But, I am. And she has. But, well, it's complicated, like I said. Please, people, don't hate me because I'm transphobic. I'm not transphobic. I'm just confused. Mostly all the time. So, that being said. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, crap. Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot where I was after my transgender digress, and now I'm lost. But I think I was talking about maybe the difference between my partner and me and the way we handle things with our kid, perhaps. That was the subject. Yeah, I'm just too lazy to go look back at it and look at the recording. It's really sad. I got to keep a flow going. Otherwise, I'll stop. And then where are we? We've got nothing. Okay. Maybe we should just go on. So the thing of it is with the kid, and getting back to not wanting to talk about her and about these things online, as you can see or hear from what I have just said, it gets muddy. Because now I've told you all these things about her, the way she acts, and I know, like, you turn on, TV, like Dr. freaking Phil, and he's showing these children melting down on TV and crying and screaming and pounding their fists on the floor, and it's all very dramatic, and like, well, mine's never done that, but she's almost done that. She's done things that were equal to that, if not worse. But there's one thing about talking about it. There's one thing about showing it on television. Sorry, I forgot I was on a microphone. There's one thing about showing it on television. That's just not, that's not cool. Because it's not like showing the kid in their best moment. You wouldn't want to put yourself on TV in that moment, right? I wouldn't. I know I've blubbered on here quite a bit, but, I'm not, it's not certainly at the worst of what it could be. I wouldn't put that on TV. But here we are, people do film their children doing these things. And I am sitting here going, should I even talk about these things? Is that even right to talk about it? I don't know. I think I'm going to get interrupted. Okay, I guess I wasn't going to get interrupted. Anyway, is it right to talk about these things? I don't know. For some reason, my mind feels like, no, not really. But on the other hand, this is going to be like my life, is having this child that has this condition that I have to help her manage, and I have to manage in myself. And it's very intimidating. If I'm going to do a YouTube channel talking about it, here I am. I have to talk about it. Is that invading the kid's privacy? I don't know. But look, this has gone on a bit as long as a video should go, I think. So I'm going to wrap it up. This is where I'm at. I kind of want to know people's opinion. If there's anybody out there watching, what is your opinion? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Should I continue with this? Or should I just respect everybody's privacy and keep it to myself? I don't know. I will say this. I do enjoy talking on the camera. I do enjoy it. And when I am done doing it and I put it out there, for some reason, even though I know it's not going very far, or wide, I should say, for some reason, it feels good to do that. It feels good to say that and ship it out. And like, I feel lighter after I do that. So, that being said, for in favor of continuing. Okay, thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if I'm still here, I'll see you next time.